Good evening and welcome to the Lakota College Storytelling Hour. This is Brian, Sergeant Cloud, and I'm really happy that my nephew Baha is here. He gives me strength, and when I found out that he was coming, I came up here. Even I wasn't even worried about the road up here. And I want to say hello to all you listeners out there. Many of you are going back from work now, and have a good evening and listen to. We have a story. Maybe we always talk about the Lakota language too. Takuku iwongla koktlo gna woya ke moji na o hinia Lakota ya fikeli iwongla ko uchatona na gupta na kam na lela pila ya pelo
anta chankuki khli ash ini hashni letchi wangata ngikelo hipi ala dona anagopta na gapi na misha yu ha chantewa shia na pechuza pelo na KILI ikhanchala gele wopila thanka e phawachi Oko iohila oaphe gile ubchanke. Hona lampe tu gilila iokpia lecho angata ungliotakab. Hocha ikanchola inska radio das glutok chapshnio. Hona ha I hepres takunchi ibach heprehante na shamichik tun shapo. Hechena matchecha na hachti Yagalabs elakoti waeshni hoash ambetu iohila I unspemich ichie na unspeamae na inska lampetu ki ipia mashte thanka mashte na gitan lo kate na oato han le chaktashke hoash kiksuya umpo na hachchi wanietu chanigluiashni na dokecha cha Wakdashnichti omani hantash I dokha shijaekte. Hekta ambetut hogahe hihani uheha wekta na mikluye na ha I owayawa ekta gachabale uheha chanki ata a chachchacha. Chacha I skayela I kwake hata KILI. Na hewa shichuya rhyme ice abs elecha. Unganahashna I wanietu imahel po. Po na lila osni hantash po ki het I dasake. Chacha. Chacha na hadakuk ash I kwake. Chahe doshke lakoti abu. Unganash I po chacha. Eshesh I hechun chana lila oangwashte. So, Misha, I want to say, good day to all of you out there in KILI country, Lakota, Oglala Lakota country. To wish a happy birthday to KILI Radio. Turns 27 tomorrow. Pretty soon it's gonna have to start lying about its age. and it looks like from here we got about one more month until first day of spring, and only one more, not even a week until March. So we really had a long drawn out winter. There's been snow on the ground ever since early December without a let up. We had some real cold temperatures, so I always say whenever it's a real tough winter, that spring feels even more like a reward. So ata o iok pikte echani.
Pijitokte.
Ha.
No wana helps le Lakota le wahemachetela ake pijitho unkali ktela.
Ha.
Wana lechela. Wana inana ke athona cheche. Cha wana pijitho unkali ktelo. Na hake ungana wiwanji che osnikan.
Ha.
And Wanas the Tegaleshka went Chabalaka Kitty in Tik Alaikam. So I had one lack and one
Chanik is.
Wetu etke wana afhajan jao kinajim.
Huh.
Like you said, this is first time in a long time that we had winter for a long time. And there's a lot of snow on the ground. Before, last year or year before, we have snow, but then it don't stay that long. This year there's always snow. There's snow all over. So there will be lots of water, maybe a lot of choke cherries, plums, wild turnips. Timsila otaktalo. Champa otakt.
Ata wong spiona. Bahaha yellow ungigalamanokt.
So before we go too far, I wanted to say that mention a person that really what shall I say, put me on the road to education, put me on the road to respect and perseverance. And that's why I always say that when we come up here, that in order to revitalize the language, we need we always say that word, persevere, and commitment. And this person, and I hope he's listening, I talked to him last night, Mr. Jack Doyle, University of South Dakota. Mr. Doyle, if you're listening, I want to say thank you. Thank you for all your patience and putting me on that road. And we will talk about that later on into the show. So keep listening.
Yeah. And I want to give a shout out to my wife Mandy, who is either went into work today or stayed home. I want
to say good evening to Mandy too. Okay.
Yeah, she is gonna have a chani hokshi hakte. I'm gonna shaitan oko shak beni shakoinki hokshi chala hai hihunikte. And on that note, the story or the reading that I brought up today has to do with child raising, and I don't know where this reading comes from. I don't know who wrote it, or I have the sense that it was made maybe back in the 60s or 70s, and it's called The Life Cycle of a Man, and it compares and contrasts the ehani, how children were brought up and lived their life, all the way through the life cycle back in the old days, and then lehal, how it is nowadays, and it contrasts the two. So, but I've had it for a long time, but I picked it up lately just with babies on the mind, thinking about that, and I'd forgotten how well written it was, and that it was real interesting. It's really, really long, so I'll just read a little section out of it. But it's from a longer reading called Lakota Tiwahe Techilapi Ehank Ehan Alehon Wichoyake Wichashawan Wichoichache Tchawaki, and then in English it's called the Life Cycle of a Man. So it first starts out in the olden days. Itoka te wichoti wan lilat chanka na oiok pi chahe. Tipi ioki he el timat changashla echiapi he yankina wichasha wa ena wia wa wichakicho chanu pi hiotakapi. Lewichaki e ho wana oichi mani wa yakacha oktacha da e chumpo. Doksha ampetu wa el akhe yakupi ktelo. Ho hechi doshke omani piki he han oyagalak oktalo. Ho iapo, tkha dagani akab yuhapi shnio. Hokshichala ichimani hi. Hokshichala ampetu el ichimani hi cha wa pchoshtan kshupi ogana eumpapi. Titaku yeki hokshi yang hipi. Na eapaha hooka winch ichimani hiki a eapaha. Hokshichala ki ishtima peche echu. Wadohan oikpachichi na chea he hunkuki azinkye. Igalushta han yubelechi na kichaye. Tchokea aleja ki kina hantkanki galana tchokcha ea ayubelaye. He han hu prestola hutkhan na meni echa wakhenja ki yujaja na bakinte. He han tchachupa wigli wachbewashte mena ijahi tchachanki ata apawinte. Tingaleshka hak bayampi ota yuhacha lewanji aleja gichi chahe. O chlatche yubelaina hokshichek bablu o galala na aleja ki aipia gichathu. Wakhenja ki otchoka he el a echela azi na wichok huje dona he echuha o yuspe. Sniahote, natuje, khate, pchoge ogaskiche, chekbak sahe, inia. Echaka wakhenja ki cheshni uncha dohan chea ehantansh heleche tu geapi. Dohani wakhenja lechala yuhapi yuha haomani pshni na insh yuha omani pi ipi ki tiatak ya gupi ki he chuhan ki bampi. Heche tu pshni ki wakhenja ki he onuni ata hecha chea shke. Hokshicha la khuja pi ki hunku ki Tchawachi na napena pchejuta kilana hokshi aphikie. Osni o yuspe hantansh pchoge ogaski chi na nadayaza na khate. Hokshicha laki oik pachiche ash cheshni. Onia washteshni ki hunku ki ichuna yubeleche. Lila khati na ishtogamus ki asampi pchoge o yushli na ishtagichi bakinte. Tchachupa wigli na pchoka slaki na singpret chaote bakbampi iutchantcha. Na lena maku na chui na si slagichi chie. Na yut ins o umpe. Hokshichalaki tchambalas eumpe. Na hunku ki kichi pchachte ichiwoto ya iunke. Na tchawachi uocha ki iochlogia na dayazan ki wakhenja ki. Dohan hunku ki na dayazan ehantansh wakhenja ki ish agisnishke. Ampetu an lila o ioki picha hokshichela ki wapchoshtan kshupi ogana gich impi. Lechims hokshichela ki otchoka hea itchamok shan wakita na dako ota wayanke. Pcheji na makhoche. Wichasha na wia. Shunka na shunkoakha. Tiekchea. Hunku ki daku yute ki iuha hanke hokshichala ki ioki ganake. Hetan lo omanapi ki sloyacha wana lo chi. Na woyitela na yuta ogihi. Wahampi. Champcha hampi yujapi. Tchalo washpushpub. Tchalo yazoke. Tchamaku yazoke. Wakhenja ki tohan mani na luza haheha. Hanskaska ki iawicha yuche. Hohu shunkoak hanskata pi opcha. Na insh inachme kichichiapi. Kichikshampi. Tio homini ogichichuapi. Hamposhpu. Chechwote shkatapi. Shwaka yanke he hawana oichia ogihi. Zuya ayacha hel opcha. Tchoga hegacha hahepi el shumyu hanaji. Na winchincha ki insh wiki chaye le chala hunku ki ku. Mio juha. Tchainshpa oganake. Yu ilepi oganake. Wahintka lena wiant chawoyu hahecha. Winchincha ki ampetu el tchanka yanke. Lewana ishnatikta cha kunshitku na insh tchwichuan. Ki chiwichotie tanka iuze ethipi. Na wichoti hooka winch aeapahapi. Na lehan, nowadays, Ampetuan el ichimani hehicha ochbaewa mahel eumpapi. Na atkuku na ish kunshit kuki o jan shankalepi kakba echela wayanka bokib. He hayala dueni onach unshni. Hokshichala ki chapi echechu, ash dueni el etueshni. O apche iawa yalashna azimpi wok upi. Dohan azimpi yachepi na echena cheacha hehan aleja gichi trokchab. Hehan nahachchit chayujashapshni. Numpacha ekta hunkuki gluhach baya ogihi. Dolpacha naish zaptancha elwakhenja hunkukchi o kujet hibetan wichayushkapi. Tkha azinshni hantash azimpi nabchejuta chapchapi. He nashlipi, hochpapi, wicho kuje shikshicha anaptelinkte. Pchejuta ogach trokcha ota awasuya ichukta kupi. Wakhenja hunkuki hihani echietaha uiglujaja menit echa ogana egale na nuekie. Isam dagani laina ish agalashni. Lehan wakhenja gilila chea Oapche iawa yela wok upi ogana iayacha ishtimeshni wichap. Hahepi na ampaha yuha omani picha ununi ata ashtwani ogach nigeshni. Hokshicha la kuje hantash hunkuki wanchagana pchejuta gmigmela yokia cha ishtime. Na hechena khati na ish pchoge ogaski cheki o kuje tibekta aicha chapchab. Wadohan shna cheshni. Ishtogamus alila khati na pchejuta dagani ogieshni. Cha o kuje tib enashna eumpapi cha el washichu wakha awayankab. O kuje tib el wakhenje ki ishnala eumpapi. Chapcha na kha ogana meni pchejuta I chapchapi cha he chei na che. Echel igala ishtime. Ampetu lila iokpi cha wakhenje ki unchbayapi wan ayuski dana. Iechinki anke ogana wakhita kiapi. Cha itrong shandak ota wayanke. Chantipi. Chankusapa. Iechinki anke. Oyate. Chunkashke. Wakhenja wote unha ake oapche iawa yala wok ub. Woyite na zeapi na inshpat champi chayute. Tohan lo chinki slogieshni. Miniat keki ekaesh bichiana sniangalepi. Woyite lena yuta ogihi. Tchalo patchamp. Tchaspahampi. Tchaspam patchamp. Khanta yujapi. Hi hani yutapi. Wakhenja ki echakel ishnalat hi kiapcha dohan hi na ish sloyeki dueni sloyeshni. Ishnashkate. Wamak khashkanka acha echela ob uncha doke chinka hothaya opichie. Wana doha oichie na wa echunk techchi heha owawa el yeapi. Hunku na atkuku kidaku unwa unspekte ki opcheki chathumpi. Wicha zo ochaje, woapiska, wamak khashkan woapi, oloan na goyapi. Wakshicha woshkate, mazo akhan woshkate. Woyu haet chogata oyate el iglo ainktacha kupi. Anyway, that's a very long book length story, but that passage is a contrast between growing up in Lakota family really not that long ago, a century, 2 centuries, and beyond that, and changes that have, with the changing times, changing ways and certain things being forgotten and certain things being brought in due to technology.
The things that I see is that long time ago, like in my age, and my mother or my grandmother, I always hear them say, do not throw away their clothes. You don't leave them outside. And they are not bottle fed. And they're not put into, like right today we have the cribs where they sleep. Back then they don't have that. So they sleep, they're always with their mother or father or grandmother. And they're always, they're like, I think we mentioned this earlier one time, before they even come into this world, they were talked to, and then they sing to them too. So there's a lot of difference. Today when they come right away, sometimes they even like put them into that, like you said, a glass, like a crib,
incubator.
That.
And,
so you see it through the window. You see the baby through the window.
Yeah.
And nobody holds the baby. But a long time ago, when they have that baby, they always have someone that they want to be the first one to touch that baby. Someone that they probably a role model, you might say. And that person will come and hold the baby, and they even touch inside their mouth. So today there's a lot of difference. And then today too, I noticed that they drink a lot of water, or they drink a lot of like you said, apple juice. So that's the difference I see. My grandson drinks a lot of apple juice, and maybe that's good. But there is a difference there. Change. It's a change. And a long time ago, we don't have all these fancy Pampers.
Yeah.
And they have diapers. They wash their diapers. And then when the Pampers came, that's when I always hear that do not throw them away. So they save them into a plastic bag, and then they burn them. But today, change them and they just throw it out the window.
Throw it into the ditch.
So that's the change. That's the difference that I see. But we still have that the thing that I see today is that the little babies they get a blanket. They get a star blanket. And to me that's like a star is the first thing that comes into a day, the morning star. And when the baby comes, they give either he or she a star blanket. For me, that's really good. And people visit too, still visit. So.
Nachti checkbau ganake. We checkti jaha na checkpa na el oganaka.
Like they always say checkpa okile. So like they keep that checkpa and like maybe the parents' house or maybe the grandma or grandpa's house. And then when they visit that house, they always look around. They always say checkpa okile. Wobeleche. So they still have that, and they always have the turtle and the lizard, right? Or the lizard is for the boys, and the turtle is for the girls. And And those two have a story behind too. Like the turtle has a lot of patience, and the turtle, like I'll mention the Lakota language that we're doing. They persevere. When they go somewhere, the turtle, when he goes somewhere, he will get there. He never turns around, and he never gets lost. And the lizard, if you cut that lizard in half, the other half will still live. So maybe chashak. We chashak got a shit job in chashak.
Na keki ha isha I ut eshit.
Lila wachintanka. So that I think that's washte helila. Taku yachim pikilana. Na washte. Na woyak het. So you have to start looking for a turtle or a lizard. Takon. Ktawayagan.
Staku kteka hechi.
That's good.
Okay,
today the modern age, they know if it's a boy or if it's going to be a boy or if it's going to be a girl. So it's good that you're not doing that.
So only so many surprises in life.
Washtelo. That's it. And when we come up here, that was really good, that story that you had. And when we come up here to KILI Radio, we always talk about the Lakota language. And my nephew here, his first language is English, but this word persevere and this commitment, you heard him talk Lakota. So if you want to learn this Lakota language, and there's lots of you out there that are learning and listening to the Lakota language, and if you want to learn, it's up to you. It's persevere, commitment, and someone gives you motivation, and those three you can do. And the right methodology.
Tuala khoti speech ichi hantanash I okiayo.
Encourage.
Naha I yashiteshnio. Da komeni pres da komeni chumpichalo. Ash in Lakota agale da komeni I o speech ichi etreha. Ash I am better io hila I awashi chano hantan da komeni nisha unspeanikte. And for me there's there's always more to learn. Every day I learn some new words, or sometimes I'll learn that a word that I thought that I've been using, that I was using it in a incorrect sense, because there's lots of real fine qualities to words, and so those are good too, because then I say, okay, well I thought it meant this, but actually it means something somewhat different or slightly different. So and that's a part of life. Some English words I use them the wrong way. So but I always think there's people who grew up speaking something as a first language, those people who grew up speaking Lakota as a first language are always going to speak better than I will, or someone who spoke Lakota, or someone who learned any language as a second language. We can be very proficient, but we'll never be able to speak off the top of our heads, as well as if we grew out speaking it every day. But we can get as close to it as we, are able to by constant practice and by challenging ourselves and putting ourselves into situations where we need to use the language. This radio show is a good challenge for me. I get into switch my brain over to Lakota mode. So, I think, if you know someone out there who's really trying to learn, like you said, really encourage them. Really encourage them, really push them along, because it's very easy to get discouraged. Learning a language is something that takes years and years, and say the wrong thing to the person at the wrong time, or laugh at them, or make fun of how they say something or their pronunciation, and it can set them back years, or they can give it up, and so. And from a teacher perspective, those of us who have been in the teaching profession for a long time, know that's true with anything. Particularly with the students, is we always need to be encouraging them, and if they do a good job, we need to tell them that, and if they improved on where they were before, we need to tell them that. And if they did something poorly, or didn't do something up to par, it's not going to help them for us to, just criticize without giving them any good information about it, or laugh at them or ridicule them, but instead say, here are some things that can help you the next time, or here's what I need from you. And so for us as teachers, that that's our job. We need to do that. Otherwise, it's counterproductive for our students.
We mentioned methodology. When you teach the Lakota language, and a lot of these schools, we have the children. Sometimes we have children that are fast, that will listen, that are motivated, and that want to learn. And then sometimes we have students that maybe are just there because they have to be there. Yeah. They don't really, they're not really motivated. And maybe they don't want to learn. So those are the students that it's up to the teacher, really, how the teacher approaches them, how the teacher motivates them, how the teacher teaches the Lakota. It's really hard. It's a tough job to teach the Lakota language, because today, maybe all of our children, when they get up in the morning, they hear the English language right away. They don't hear the Lakota language. And then when he gets to the school, he's going to hear all English language. And then when he gets into the Lakota classroom, that's the only place the student will hear Lakota language.
Yeah, for one period a day.
For one period.
Maybe not even every day, not on the weekends.
So maybe this little something we have here, maybe.
A good transition.
Did we go through there?
No.
Okay. So maybe that's where, like, it says, where are we now? Okay, this is on teaching and learning the Lakota language. Where are we now? Now we know we have the curriculum. A long time, maybe even yesterday or last month or 5 years ago, we didn't have the curriculum. The curriculum was not even into the schools, along with like math and English, history, social studies, and usually the Lakota language is just a bilingual project. So today, So where are we now? We do have the curriculum.
Mm-hmm.
We do have like the standards and the benchmarks.
Mm-hmm.
And we do have, sometimes we don't have that assessment.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we don't know where they are.
Mm-hmm. They're hard to make.
It's hard to make. It's really hard.
I
don't know where I got this information. It's one of these
they came from some workshop.
Yeah, so one of these workshops that we attended. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
whoever made that. And then over here, okay, it says here, today we are capable of saving our language. However, we are still not reaching our children. And it says others, right?
Hmm.
And then I think I always say this one. I used to work with 3 schools, and visiting all those schools, I did not see one Lakota speaker.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was I don't know, about 4 years ago, 5 years ago, and it's still like that.
Yeah.
So, but we are making progress. We are making like Mahpea Luta, Red Cloud, Wandini District School, Noglala Lakota College, and then Pine Ridge, Little One, Crazy Horse, Hakini, He Dog, Tot County, Standing Rock. They're doing a lot of things. Little Eagle is now called Sitting Bull Montessori school. So we're doing a lot of things. So I think we're making a lot of progress. And what? How about the vision?
It says number 2, vision. What do we want to see for the future generations? 1. Children will hear Lakota spoken as soon as they wake up. 2. Validated ongoing process that continues to improve Indian education based on a Lakota agenda. Correct the problem and set the goals to strengthen the Mitakuye Oyasin way of life. Support each other within the unity. Working together, utilizing all of our resources, get parents and community involved. This will make our vision strong. 1. Restoration efforts are coming. 2. Awareness is gradual. More words are needed. 3. Technology availability is a plus. Maintain the essence of language at the tribal level. Develop curricula. Reestablish Lakota as stewards of the language. Build research. The language might be gone if the adults do not do something about it. For state of South Dakota to validate Lakota, Dakota, Nakota culture and language, and give it an equal status, give it an equal status that it does to other required accredited courses. So, yeah, and I think that that sentence, support each other within the unity, you know, that's really important. You know, one of the things that, you know, is unfortunately really kind of a reality of life is that it's really difficult to get agreement on things. And I think even more so than that, because I think, to me, disagreement is okay, and disagreement is healthy, or it can be if it's not bad. But not only is there disagreement, but a lot of times there's no concession made to that people might have different methods. You know, people might have different approaches. People might have different curricula. People might have, you know, use different materials. But basically, in the big picture, there's not a lot of people really working towards Lakota revitalization. I mean, there are, but when you put it in the big picture of you know, the United States, I mean, we're just we're just a drop in the bucket. And honestly, I mean, this is, you know, I hate to say this, but to me it's just perspective. If the Lakota language disappeared tomorrow and nobody spoke it, I would say that probably 99% of Americans wouldn't even know.
No.
And maybe wouldn't even care. I mean, there have been a lot of Native American languages lost, even in the last 50 years. And, you know, it might get a newspaper article about it. You know, last living speaker of, you know, this language passes away. They were, you know, 102 years old, and you know, and that's it. And so, and why I say that is because there are so few people who really care enough about the language to devote themselves full time to its revitalization that, you know, I really feel like we can't afford to have infighting, you know, fight amongst ourselves, and there are always going to be differences of opinion and differences of methodology. But, you know, I always say if someone's out there and they're, you know, teaching the language, whether it's in the home, whether it's in the school system, you know, if they are, you know, or even just encouraging it, you know, even just, you know, speaking positively on behalf of the language in the community, you know, or defending it in a conversation, to, you know, to somebody who says it has no value. You know, all of that is needed. We need all of that. And, you know, we can't be pushing people outside, you know, who are working for the language. And I think that's really important. And if we disagree with the way that somebody's doing it, then we need to bring them to the table and have that conversation, you know, instead of condemning or decrying, and come to some mutual point of view. You know, there's so little time left on this. Last time I was up here, I read some statistics from some pre-testing that we did of high school students at Red Cloud, and these students had come to Red Cloud both within the school system and from pretty much every single other elementary and middle school on the reservation. I think they're all represented in this year's freshman class, and they all did the pre-test, and the amount of really, really, really basic vocabulary, the most basic words you could think of in the language. You know, there were a lot that it was really shocking how few students recognized them. And even words that we would have thought everybody would know, you know, every single person, a word like unchi, for example, or even how, there wasn't anything like that. So, you know, I feel like in the last 5 years, just kind of watching the Lakota revitalization movement, and, you know, whenever I see an article about it, I read it. You know, whenever I hear someone talking on the radio about it, I turn it up. I feel like there's been much more attention given lately to the fact that, you know, it's a really serious crisis. You know, I used to always hear people say, well, the language is fine. You know, there's lots of kids probably who speak it over in, you know, they name another community, you know, or they name another reservation. And some people actually did go around to all the community and survey. You know, they went door to door, they surveyed within the schools, and I think when some of those numbers started coming out, you know, there was kind of a realization among a lot of people that it really is, you know, that we don't have a lot of time left to really turn things around. You know, if we want the young people to be speaking not just Lakota words, but, you know, good, high quality, day-to-day conversational Lakota with a large vocabulary, with an ability to, you know, speak in a back and forth conversation setting, without, you know, awkward pauses, trying to fish for the right words, and we want them to be able to speak the language with, I mentioned Lakota thought and philosophy, and Lakota theory, that's a very tall order, and that's years and years and years of helping them and preparing them to do that. I notice when kids first are learning Lakota, they when they've spoken English their whole life, they always want to speak it reflecting English vocabulary structure, or word order. So if they say things like, Sapa Shunka, and Tanka Wichasha. And that's a very basic thing. Early on they learn, as they say in grammar, the modifier follows the word it modifies, which is backwards from English. But there's so much in the language in Lakota that is very, very different or entirely the opposite of English. And then you add on to that the thought and philosophy. The earlier that the kids can start being immersed in that, on a day-to-day basis, the better chance they have of being proficient speakers. It's got to be much earlier and much more regular than it is right now. And I feel like we're moving in the right direction, but the Head Start, immersion Head Start is a really important step. I think more of that in more communities will be good, because when they're age 3 years old and even 2 years old and even 1 year old, their language, their brains are primed to learn languages, and that's when they're the most susceptible to being able to speak the language. And when you talk about Lakota thought and philosophy, which actually means that you're speaking the language, and before you even say the words, your mind and your heart are talking about things in a certain way, a certain way that is particular to the Lakota language. The foundations for that kind of language have to be planted at the very, very beginning. So, at the Ohinska Wakalak.
Good. There's you mentioned Lakota language. The earlier we teach this language to children, like I mentioned Braylon. Okay. Braylon, when he was 1 year old, I hear him say two words, like maybe a body part, ishta or nore, like that. And now he's 2, and he is not using those. So they change. I think they change every like a mood swing.
Yeah.
Like right now he's into cowboy. So he's saying like a horse or saddle or boots. So he got away from those little body part Lakota language into another one. So in order to make that really strong foundation, we go back to that word commitment and that persevere. So for this young person to learn the language, he will be going into other things too. So this Lakota language has to be like, he needs to hear that just about every day. We mentioned that the Lakota language of thought is like, mashte. Like today was a very sunny day. If you just say mashte, then that's one word. But if you add that little word yellow, with our ye, or masteksto, or mashteyelo. Then that becomes a thought.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying it is a good day, or it is, what is it?
Sunny day.
Sunny day.
You're
See,
emphasizing
but if you
it.
just say mashte, then you're saying just sunny.
Mm-hmm.
So just that little one word can really make a sentence. And once that child or whoever is learning like you did, then you can like maybe start conversing like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but it is hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the other day it was foggy out here. So it's a PO, but then we have this way of saying oh. So now we have to teach that too. Or like ropa or to. So now we have these little marks, the guttural or the nasal. So it is a hard language. So those things we have to. Those are all basics, but sometimes maybe we don't teach that. But that's another lesson. To me, that's a whole lesson every day.
Yeah.
So it's like we always hear Kanji John when he was teaching, talking about the Lakota language. He always says, "Listen and learn, and then worry about reading and writing like that."
And what you said about perseverance is, children go through stages as they're growing up, and sometimes it's really common for a child who's growing up in a two-language household that they won't want to. They'll go through a phase where they will seem to reject one of the languages. Usually it's the one that's the less common one, what you might call the non-dominant language. And they said that it may last up to a few months, but that's it's a very common part of especially kids of toddler age and above that, when they're starting to really get a sense of their identity and trying to look for things where they can express their independence that they want. And so what they always say is just keep using the language to them. Maybe they don't use it back, but they're hearing it. They're hearing it. Eventually they'll come back to it. But that's a very common time for it can be a very stressful thing, especially as a parent or grandparent. A lot of times we're really, invested in the idea of them speaking the language, and it can be very difficult. It can be very hurtful, if they seem to reject it, and enough so that, we want to give up and just kind of let them have their way. But that's part of them. Just like how they know they learn how to say no. You can't. Everything is no. No, I don't want to. No, I don't want that. No, and But even though they say that, we keep teaching them by our example and by our actions. What they need to do. For their own well-being. What they need to do for proper behavior. And I think the language too. We just keep at it, I guess.
Yep. Maybe if you come here again, if you come again
next week,
either next week or if you can't come, whenever you come, we will get back to that. Remember those words, the common words.
Yeah.
Today, when we teach, you and I will teach school here, and then we do that. What is that anyway? Look over all the words that we use
Mm-hmm.
and see what or else the assessment, like you did, like Unchi, Gang. And then you're going to find out that maybe we are some of these students do not know words that they should have.
Right, they're not retaining.
Yeah, they didn't retain it. They learn it, but then they forget it.
Nasula okikana kapshi. Dakuicha. Hechimsel.
So
you want when yako.
So you put some students here and say, okay, can you give me a word? And most of them will give you maybe ate or maybe manji or numpa. And then you do it again tomorrow, then you might get the same results again. So they don't really get into other words. So maybe we can talk about that next time. And then just have no fear. Just speak Lakota. It doesn't matter if you make mistakes. We encourage you to just speak Lakota. So maybe we can get into this. What's that one word here? Continue your dialogue. That's good. Community involvement. That's good.
Lakota hunters ata onach umastelo. Igichi uskipo. Now what you hewa? Do almost opposite. Lakota word for I'm sorry.
My computer is not. It's
not English.
I'm sorry, Akile. That came. So maybe that's it.
I'm not sure if there's an exact equivalent. You know, it's a very in English it's a very common thing to say. If you say it has
to forgive me.
To forgive me and literally like forget it for me.
But I'm sorry, that's probably it.
So and one last thing before we go, that reading that I read earlier about the it's called Life Cycle of a Man. And it's a very long description of comparing and contrasting life in the olden days and life nowadays, all the way from babies, teenagers, adulthood, old age, and it goes through the whole cycle. It's really interesting. If anybody knows anything about who wrote that or why that was produced for, I don't know if that was produced, for a particular program, maybe I think sometimes organizations like the IHS, would commission people to make that sort of that sort of text. So if anybody has any information on that, I've got the text, but I've never gotten any information about where it came from. A friend of mine emailed it to me and say you're all interested in the Lakota language. You might like this, but maybe
we can bring that back again next time too. Yeah. And then before we get off the air, Mr. Doyle, if you're listening, I'm going to tell a little story about you and the Faith Longhorns. Mr. Doyle came to Faith. I think that was a long time ago. Okay, I'm not going to tell you my age, but I was a junior in high school then. And canvas top shoes Converse, absolute. Mr. Doyle came to Faith as a rookie coach from the University of Wyoming, and now he is maybe he is retired, or he was the coach for the what do you call the University of South Dakota? Vermilion, yes. It's not Jackrabbits, is it? Coyotes.
USD.
Coyotes. I think it's the Coyotes. And then he said he was going to listen tonight, so he ended up and he finished it. I think he finished out his coaching career at the University of South Dakota, and he is still there. And he is listening tonight. And I want to say hello to Mr. Doyle and his family. Thank you for everything you did for me, Mr. Doyle. I want to say thank you to the KILI radio. I know Dennis is back here listening, so I want to say hello to Mr. Dennis Whiteshield. And maybe he knows what this word "I'm sorry" is, so maybe we'll ask him before we get off the air. And also we're going to say happy birthday to the KILI radio. 27 years of service to not only the Oglala nation, but it goes all the way to Rapid City. We have listeners in Rosebud, and I got calls from Eagle Butte. They listen to this radio station too. It goes up there some days when the air is right. And now we have listeners all over the world on the internet. So welcome.
Alexi Brian, happy birthday, Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear KILI. And many, many more.
Happy birthday to you. 27 years young.
And Dixiapo. Le inakun aki pi chanasna. Oichakyapo. KILI kilana. Lenahu Tohan okihi pi chanletia upi. They still come up here, and they're with you during the weather. When it's storm,
severe
weather. They're up here announcing the school bus schedules. Awanian kapelo chab. Mahanam ishichala shnelo. Mazoska nakun mazoska wanji nais num yamani zapta. Oyaki hipi chanshna oichakyapo. Correct.
Hala dona nachti nachof dan gabeti Misha Lila Wopila Tranka Echichi Apollo. Na wa unke algale I wastela kapanta na se chash ungoki akapo wa dohan wa unya lakapanta. I don't know what stela kap sneaky Brian Okiakapo.
I want to thank my Toshkal.
Hercules.
Stela. And Tosham Melanie.
Tom Crash and Mary. Machpia Maza. And Ash Aquapi. Giggles, Stan the Man, and Iva, Dak Chipso. I know who you mean.
Okay.
I remember as soon as we're done. Iva Star comes out, Nisha. You know, Mugs Cross. Derek. Derek. And there's obvious ones. But anyways, happy birthday to everybody. Yuha and Petu Ashe. Maji Yuhapo. Dogsha ke wa uni ankoktalo.
Filawi Apolo.